Okay, we are good to go. So, Hare Krishna, everyone. Thanks for joining. Wish you all a very happy Sri Varaha Dvadashi, the auspicious appearance of Sri Lord Varaha Swami. Taking this opportunity, let's understand little more. I think we know about the Lord, his pastimes. Yeah. But it's always very nice when we can recollect what we already know and also gather some new spirits of understanding the deeper meaning or deeper purpose of the Lord appearance. As it stated in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that whenever there is a decline of religion or whenever there is irreligion predominated and to to protect the devotees and to punish the demons who create such disturbances, the Lord appears. Yeah, yeah. I think we all know this verse. Paritrana sadhunam vinashaya chadushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So, so in such a situation, there was when Lord Varaha Swami appeared, and today we'll discuss and see what we can pick from. And Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. So we can engage in these three activities at least for next mm, an hour or two. So I'm not hard enough focus mode. I don't know. Is this okay? Is everyone ready? By the way, just give a feedback if you can hear me well.
Yes, Prabhuji, we can hear.
Okay, thank you. And everyone is excited also.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, your voice is little slow.
Low only
Slow.
for me. Only for you. Others can hear well.
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
Prabhuji,
Yes,
we
Prabhu.
can hear well.
So
Maybe on my side, the speaker is not well.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the volume is little low. Even I feel.
Okay. So I'll try to go more closer now. Is it better? This more than this I can't. I have to then swallow the mic.
Would be better.
Yeah,
Close.
it's
Yeah.
Voice is also okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe you check if you have your volume up.
Yeah. Now it's good, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Also.
Oh, I will not touch anything. So let me offer my quick prayers and then we start. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कथा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलान् श्रीगुरुवैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणरघुनाथान्वितां तां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललित श्रीविशाख अन्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणासिन्धो दीनबान्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नारायण नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Srimad Bhagavatam gives us abundant information about the Lord appearance, not just Lord Varaha Swami, but if we see in the second canto, seventh chapter, there is whole chronology of how the incarnations took place, and in that, the first verse starts with Brahma Uvacha Yatrodya Kshiti Talodharanaya Bibrat क्रौडीं तनुं सकलयज्ञमयीम् अनन्ता अन्तर्महान्वा उपागतम् आदिदैवत्वं तं धंष्ट्राद्रिम् इव वज्रधरो ददारो. Uh, the translation goes like this: When the unlimitedly powerful Lord assumed the form of a boar as a pastime, just to lift the planet Earth, which was drowned in the great ocean of universe called Garbhodaka, the first demon, Hiranyaksha, appeared, and the Lord pierced him with his tusk. So, the Lord appears to relish, to relish different relationships and mellows with everyone. And we know that there are these wonderful Madhurya ras, there is this Vatsalya ras, there is Sakhya ras, there is Dasya ras, and Shanta ras. So, in which the Lord is served and Lord seeks pleasure. And of course, it doesn't mean that Lord desperately depend on all of us for His pleasure. The Lord is always happy, self-content, but it's just like a cherry on top of a cake. Yeah. So we all very much enjoy a cake, and on top of that, yeah, I mean the cake itself is complete, but when there is a cherry on top, yeah, it adds more and enhanced taste. And the Lord is so much, yeah, he is immersed in his leelas that he sometimes, yeah, exhibit his super fighting spirit. Yeah, and for that he also selects a very well suited devotee who can engage in his service. In that way, we know, I mean, in Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, yeah, there is elaborate explanation of who is Jaya, Vijaya, who are the doorkeepers of Lord, and who were cursed by the four Kumaras who had appeared in the form of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. One reason is it's all the Lord who wanted to, yeah, enjoy a sport. What is this sport? Fighting. And in that case, he um, made use of a situation where Jaya and Vijaya um, mm, they had opposed or stopped or checked, yeah, four Kumaras when they wanted to visit Lord Vishnu. And yeah, so without going into the detail of that, because let's try to understand Then Lord, what did Lord do? Yeah. So is that Lord appeared in the form of Varaha Swami, Varaha Deva, and here is this description of that. In the purport of this, yeah, it says that since the beginning of creation, the demons and the demigods, or the Vaishnavas, are always the two classes of living beings. So it's not surprising. Yeah, even today we see that there are people, good people, there are people who are bad. And of course, some people play tricks with the words saying that what is good, what is bad is relative. Yeah. Uh, People, yeah, might be doing good in the disguise of bad, or people may be doing bad in the disguise of good. But being this relative, there is no basis, and people simply give a very philosophical talk on justifying a viewpoint which has no basis because it is not solidly uh, stable or on the basis of Vedic scriptures, which is the basis of everything, which is absolute truth. So there are two classes of men basically. There is Asura and Sura. There is Asura Varnashrama, there is Sura Varnashrama. Asura Varnashrama, it's not that Asuras don't have any families. After all, they are also social animals. They are also social beings. So Asuras also have families, have children, have rules and regulations how to deal with or go with to lead a harmonious civilization. And then there is also other class of men who are devotees, and they also have families. They also have varnashrama. Yeah, they also have classes of how to lead life, how to serve each other. There are also rituals in both sides. So in one way, I mean, when we even go to understand Hiranyakashipu, yeah, not only Hiranyaksha. Hiranyakashipu was so super intelligent. Yeah, he understands karma mimamsa. He understands about what is that creation, what is it made of, and all those things. Yeah, being uh, mm, very enlightened in that sense, doesn't want to accept Lord as Vishnu as the supreme Lord. He didn't want to accept because he want to deny that. He don't want to see that because that is only disturbing him. He is not in a position to, yeah, because he was so much envious of the supremacy of another person, yeah, or the supreme person, so he didn't want to accept it. To always try to prove that he is superior, he and his brothers, he and his brother wanted to occupy, wanted to prove that they are superior, they are stronger, yeah. And in that spirit, Hiranyaksha, yeah, the younger brother of Hiranyakashipu, he had a great crave to expand his wealth, because even today we see whoever is rich is considered as very powerful or supreme. Yeah. So it's not on the basis of character. It is basis on based on how much wealth, how much riches, how much power, how much influence he has. You cannot win with love, which is a very time taking process, because it will take a lot of time to build such level of trust, to build such level of relationship. Even if we see our relationship with the Supreme Lord, yeah, the Lord is very tolerant and patient, because we don't want to turn towards Him. But people who are in the mode of passion and ignorance do not have so much time and patience and goodness. What to do? They want to find shortcuts. How to become famous, how to be renowned, how to be the controller, supreme being, and all those things are always in the mind, day and night. If I have now one house, I want 10 houses. If I have one car, I want 10 cars. If I have 1 rupee, I want 10,000 rupees. And always thinking on expanding in terms of quantity. Quality wise, no. Quality, who can see quality? Yeah, it is something, it's not so easy to be seen. So what is to be seen? If we expand, then we have a recognition. So Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, who were very much busy to prove them to the world that they are a terror, and they are the rulers, that there is no one else who is superior than them. They wanted to prove a statement. Why? Because they have the power from Lord Brahma. Brahma gave him the boons, so which means they are very much powerful. And when we get power, what happens with this power? We tend to think that we are now big, but we don't know that there is someone who is even bigger than us. But when we start, yeah, winning success after success, win after win against the great opponents, we may even think that we are the gods. We are so powerful that there is no one existing who can conquer us. So with that sense, the fighting spirit of Hiranyaksha was too much. He was so much involved in this fighting spirit. After all, of course, it was the uh, confidential desire of the Lord through which, yeah, Hiranyaksha is directed. But indeed, it is Hiranyaksha who, yeah, who was very much volunteering to uh, fight. Yeah, he was just looking. He's just going to every corner and saying, "Hey, can you challenge me to fight?" If he is someone challenging, then he will just conquer him. If he is submitting himself, yeah, he is saying, "Ah, okay, yeah, you are not so great. You are coward." Hmm? So in that way, Hiranyaksha was going from place to place, and he went to even to the. He was expecting that at least now my desire to fight will be fulfilled by fighting with the one who is in the deep inside the ocean, Varuna Dev. Yeah, so he is very powerful. But Varun Dev very cleverly what he did is this guy is hmm, carried away with uh, false pride, thinking himself is very powerful. Now it's time that he should see the real power, that power that he cannot overcome, that power which is all powerful, that power which is unlimited powerful, that power of which is from Bhagavan. So in that way, Varuna Dev very simply said, "Oh, I'm very old at this age. Yeah, what is that great you will get if you Vibhav? What is that greatness that you will achieve if you are just yeah, defeating me?" Yeah, and then he started saying that, there is this opportunity that, yeah, if you go, there is only Lord, and then if you can fight with him, uh, I don't think you can stand in front of him. I don't see any chance. So whatever you want to show, na, show there, not show here or anywhere else. After all, you are also very what is that? You are also very thirsty. Yeah, for what? To get more fame, because you have already achieved control of all the three uh, worlds, in that way. This is one aspect. And of course, yeah, when we get into position, it was mines for use. We'd consider Earth, yeah, because Earth is giving everything. Yeah, it gives pearls, it gives grains, yeah, it gives nice gems, jewels, iron, gold, everything. So it's a perfect place, and all these things are considered very, very rich. Why? Because after all, who is who has the power to get so deep and get it out, and then when it is rare, the value is also very high. And in that way, they were, Hiranyaksha was eagerly looking after to make his asset values, yeah, high. And after that, now he is not just interested only in expanding his wealth, but also fame. And in this process of that, he was challenging everyone, and then finally he got the opportunity to see Lord face to face. So yeah, that is actually, I mean, I don't know, in the second canto, seventh chapter, yeah, there is only just one opening. Hare Krishna. And then more details are given in the third canto, 13th chapter, which is titled The Appearance of Lord Varaha. Let me now share the screen. Let me know if you can see the screen.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so it starts from here. Yeah, this is uh, this is a situation where um, Lord Brahma, who was interested to create the material world, because yeah, the living entities, living beings had a plan. The Lord has a plan, but then because the living beings also were given free will, they had used that free will for a different plan, which means to be away from the Lord. Because how can we be the masters if there is already a master? We can only be a servant, and not everyone likes to be a servant. Everyone want to be a master, everyone want to be a leader, everyone want to be served. I want to be Prabhu, yeah, not Das. Why? Because in that I am being served, and when I am being served, I get great happiness. Why? Because I see, oh, Lord is always happy because he is being served. So let me also, yeah, like it. And when the desire of the living beings, yeah, after all, Lord has created them as part and parcel of Him, so that He can exchange relationships with the living beings, and we thought that pleasure that we are getting in service, we thought it is subordinate. We thought that master is getting more happiness than the servant, so that's why we want to become the masters. After all, we all want to be happy. Yeah, if at all, if we keep even Bhagavatam aside, yeah, if you ask any common man, even a child, what do you want to, what are you looking for, what are you up to? They say, I want to be happy. Of course, they give different um, uh, ways of their understanding of how to be happy. Yeah. So in that way, we desired that we want to be happy by staying away from Him, so that we can master over ourselves and our nature around. So the Lord created the material worlds. When the Lord has created all these material worlds, what He did, He has asked, yeah, in each universe there is Brahma. Lord Brahma, as we all know that there is this expansion of the Lord, there is first expansion, second expansion, third. In that way, there's so many expansions that happened even before Mahavishnu came, and then from Mahavishnu, when he glanced upon the Pradhan, which is the unmanifested form of the material elements, material world, then from his hair pores from his body, so many universes come out. And in each universe, the Lord expands himself or enters into each of the universe, which is filled with half. Half of the universe is filled with Garbhodaka, Garbhodaka ocean, um, um, this ocean in which the Lord Mahavishnu, who is taking in a form called Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, he is laying down, reclining in this waters of this ocean. And from his navel comes the sprouted lotus stem, which is the expansion of all the different 14 planets, on top of which we see that there is this Brahma. Yeah, Lord Brahma is appearing on this lotus, and then from there, after getting the impetus and direction from the Supreme Lord, he is starting his activities of creation. This activities of creation, which are in the material world, are very dangerous. Very dangerous. Why? Because to create something which is very, very good, perfect, itself is not so easy, not possible, because we are living in a world which is called Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. Dukkhalayam, first of all, this place, this abode where we are living in this world, yeah, or this universe, is Dukkhalayam. This is not the Vaikunthas. Vaikunthas means the places where there is no anxiety. This place is a place of anxiety, Dukkhalayam. And then, what is the nature of this is Ashashvatam. So whatever we think we have done cannot stay forever. Even though managed very nicely under the direction, but perfectly made, it can become, um, yeah, disturbed. So here, what happened is Brahma, when Lord Brahma has created everything and he is satisfied everything, then what happened? All of a sudden, he starts seeing that there is a lot of disturbance that happened. What is the disturbance? Is that Earth was submerged in this Garbhodaka ocean. Yeah, and uh, then what happened? Yeah. So this is what we see. You are seeing Manu, the father of mankind, along with his wife, thus addressed the reservoir of Vedic wisdom Brahma with obeisances, and he said, "Please order us how we may be able to render service unto you." Hmm. Yeah, this is, and Lord Brahma said, "Okay, uh, I'm very happy because you have asked me how to serve. Yeah, and you have without reservation surrendered yourself unto me with your heart for my instructions." So this is very important principle. Yeah, Brahma created everything, and also have in has in infested into this universe all the creatures, all the living beings, and Manu, who is the first person that Brahma has created um, for a propagation or populating the universe. Yeah, so he's asking what to do. Please tell me what I and my wife should do. How can we serve? Hmm? And then here, Lord Brahma is saying, your example is quite befitting a son in relationship with his father. So that is a further detail. But since you are my very obedient son, I ask you to beget children qualified like you yourself in the womb of your wife, and thus expand the population. So everything happened. So then Manu has said, I will follow your orders. And then what happened? Uh, please attempt to lift the earth, which is merged in great water, because it is dwelling place for all living entities. Now the population, yeah, it can be done by your endeavor and by your mercy that please bring back earth into normalcy, bring back it into a stable position. So Brahma, after he saw the earth, after all he has created, and in this whole process of creation, that it was not an easy thing. Yeah, we know how difficult it is to create a phone, how difficult it is to create a house, how difficult it is to mm, um, uh, create our vision into reality. It's very, very difficult. It's not so easy. Yeah. So Brahma, after a great endeavor, yeah, he struck. He struck with what? that this earth got submerged in the water. And then he was thinking for a long time to how to lift it. Yeah, this instruction, this intelligence, this guidance, he didn't get it from Vishnu. He was only the Lord of creation, uh, but this Lord of maintenance was beyond his abilities. Yeah, when we see that the principal three Trinity, yeah, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. Brahma's role he created, but then his creation is not prone for uh, perfection. Yeah, it is prone for disturbances. So Brahma thought what to do, how to do, how to do, and then finally he thought it is best to let Almighty decide. Let the Lord direct us how to handle. After all, we are just servant of Lord Vishnu. So let's approach him. And in that way, while Brahma was engaged in thinking, while he was just thinking, from his nostril, a small boar appeared coming out. And what is the size? It's very, very small, the tip of a thumb. But then after coming out, it expanded gigantic, yeah, into a great, yeah, here it said elephant, but even beyond that, because the size of the Lord is described to be so huge that even the residents of higher three planets, Janatapa and Maharloka, could see the Lord. Yeah, so he expanded so huge in the sky. And but because this is so wonderful, mm, they have not seen such a appearance of anyone in the past. Whoever were there, they were thinking, arguing, began to argue in various ways. What can be this? Who can be this? Huh? It is very wonderful that he has come from the nose, but who is this extraordinary entity? Can someone go on mute, please? Can others help me to mute others? I don't know if you have that. I don't know. Okay, let me see how I can mute. Yeah, Gaurang Leelas are going on. Okay. So is there some extraordinary entity? So when the Lord appears, or when a special form appears, it's very difficult to say is he the supreme person or not. Yeah, yeah, he was very small, tip of thumb size, but within no time he became so big, and then this started disturbing and the minds because yeah, human nature is when we don't get the solution, our mind is so much attached to find the meaning of everything, uh, to find the purpose of everything. In that way, we want to solve problems. That is innate nature. But how we use it, for are we using for right purpose? Are we using it for our benefit? Or are we just entertaining all this inquisitive Brahma Jigyasa in only uh, entertaining our false ego of I know everything or I am expert in knowing everything, I am expert in breaking or cracking puzzles. Are we using for that or actually solving our real puzzle or jigsaw puzzle of uh, going back to Godhead? So, anyway, so in that way, is he the supreme personality of Godhead Vishnu? Ah, yeah, who can be? Uh, when Brahma was thinking like that, and then this divine boar roared, huh? and uh, and then this was a confirmation. Yes, it was a confirmation, and then what is happened? And then other highly elevated brahmanas by again roaring with his uncommon voice, which echoed in all directions. Now they know it. After knowing what to do, yeah, after knowing that he is supreme, it's not that yes, now we have all uh, the mercy of the Lord, so we are now waiting for the action. No. What the residents did is very very nice, and this is also what we should practice ourselves. It is not that as soon as when we saw in our day-to-day life, whenever we have challenges, we are praying at the feet of the Lord, please protect us, please protect us. And the Lord is appearing. It's not that He is not appearing, it's that we cannot see directly Him because of our um, inability. But we can see His gestures. We can see His hand in everything that is happening in our life. And when those things are happening, what is happening? We think, हाँ, ये मुसीबत निकल गया. हाँ? And then what is happening? We are just carried away with our family affairs. Again, things are going fine. When there is a problem, oh Lord, again we go to the altar, we go to the puja mandap, we go to the temple, and then ring bells, we pray, and then we again pray for strength. Lord is again helping us out. And then what happens? Again we forget. So now understand how much tolerance Lord has to see our immature dealing. And what is a mature way of dealing? That's what we see here. Then, when they understood, when they recognized He is the Lord, then they chanted auspicious chants from the three Vedas. I don't know in the purport there is a mention. Yeah, this word is very nice. Maya. Yeah, Maya. We usually think it is only Maya means illusion. Maya can also mean. Hmm? Maya can also mean mercy, specific knowledge, and also illusion. So therefore, Lord Bore is everything. He is merciful, He is all knowledge, and He is illusion also. The sound which He vibrated as the Bore incarnation was answered by the Vedic hymns of great sages of this. Uh, the one who is residing in them, the highest intellectual and pious living entities live in those planets. And when they heard the extraordinary voice of the Bore, they could understand that the specific sound was vibrated by the Lord and no one else. And they engaged in process of reciting Vedic hymns. And it is very clear statement. Yeah, the most important is the Brihat Naradiya Purana, which says the verse Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, in that way, what we should do is when we are in trouble and when we are not in trouble, it doesn't matter in what stage we are, we should have a habit of constantly remembering the Lord by chanting His holy name. Why? Because it is the prescribed way of how a living entity or a living being, yeah, duty is his dharma. Yeah, we know that dharma means religion, but beyond or even deeper understanding of dharma is when we talk about Sanatan Dharma, is that we are eternal servants of the Supreme Lord. That is the definition of the dharma. Our identity, our dharma is to always engage in the service of the Lord. Why? Because this is our identity that we are servants. Nityadas. So, and how to serve the Lord? Yeah, there are many. Yeah, there is Navavida Bhakti. Prahlad Maharaj has said, and Shravanam Kirtanam. Shravanam is to hear. Kirtanam is to glorify. But the challenge for us is to really distinguish between the true understanding of Kirtan means glorifying not myself, glorifying not just my people, glorifying not just my nation, but glorifying actually the Lord and His devotees. And Shravanam is not to hear all nonsense, but to hear which is full of sense. And what is that full of sense? Which is Krishna Katha. And what what can give us that taste? It is again the hearing and chanting. The hearing of of our chanting of the holy name. When we are chanting the holy name, if we are carefully hearing to it, yeah, then our heart is purified. And when our heart is purified, then we will have the taste for the holy name. We will have taste for Harikatha. We will have taste for Shravanam Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Whenever we are not in front of our laptops or our books, we can at least start recollecting what is this Smaranam? Vishnu Smaranam. What is that Vishnu Smaranam? It is about the appearance and his activities. What is the benefit of it? One who is, Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, one who is attentively hearing and understanding what is that my about by mirth, sorry by about my birth and my transcendental activities. Janma karma cha me divyam. Uh, so janma karma cha me divyam. That transcendental Punarjanam Naivameti what? Against miseries. Insurance against what? Anxiety. Why? Because we will not end up in this material world again. Why? Because we have engaged ourselves in hearing the glories of the Lord. And Lord is saying that one who gets the taste of hearing that, yeah, is free from all this. So what is the starting point? Because it's so nice. After all of us are trying to get free from all these problems day in day out, is chanting the holy name. Yeah, and then and so this is very important. It is not that we forget the Lord when we are in good condition and remember the Lord to use Him for our happiness, but to always engage in chanting. So here, what happened when they saw the Lord appearing, they didn't just thought now our problems are solved, but they engaged in chanting Vedic prayers. Why? Because the Lord is the object of Vedic prayers. And thus he understood that the devotees' prayers were meant for him. And then, now what happened? The Lord, the Lord who is very eager to save his devotees, the Lord who is very eager to punish the miscreants, because he cannot tolerate the disturbance caused to the devotees. What he did, therefore transcended because body is searched. Yeah, before entering the water, no, therefore transcendental, and yet because he had a body of hog, he searched after the earth by smell. His tusks were fearful, and he glanced over the devotee Brahmanas engaged in offering prayers. So busy. While there is so much action going on, we see that the devotees are not forgetting their um, minimum way of receiving the Lord by praying. And the Lord is, though he has a very tough action in front of him uh, to re-establish earth back into mm, normal normalcy and punish that Hiranyaksha, still what he did, he glanced upon those brahmanas, those devotees who were offering him prayers. Uh, Diving into the water like a giant mountain, Lord Boar divided the middle of the ocean. Anyway, that is further detail. He dig deep into the Garbhodaka ocean and he saw the earth, the resting place of all living entities, lying lying on the ocean, and he personally lifted it. So all these things, no, sorry, at the night of all the duties are being carried out, all the living beings are uh, mm, mm, alive and acting based on the karmas and plans, everything will become suspended. When everything is suspended, what happens? All this creation, they will go in into the Garbhodaka ocean until the next day starts. So right now, that is not the time. When Brahma is still there, he created and everything is working fully functionally. All of a sudden, the earth was submerged and it was, yeah, brought to that place. I don't know if this is in the purport. Yeah, it is here. There, the earth on the bottom of the Garbhodaka ocean, where the planets rest during the devastation at the end. And Lord weighed the earth on his tusks and got it out of the water. Mm. He immediately killed Hiranyaksha, uh, although he tried to fight with the Lord, but he killed. Thereupon, Lord bore killed the demon within the water, and the comparison between himself and nice appearance described here. Lord taking a weapon like that of a tamala tree, and thus the sages, headed by Brahma, could understand him to be the supreme personality of Godhead and offer the sacrifice about the Lord next verses, which says, "You are moving in your form of the personified Vedas, and in the hair holes of your body, the oceans are submerged. For certain reasons, to uplift the earth, you have now assumed the form of a boar. O Lord, your form is worshipable by performances of sacrifice, but souls who are simply miscreants are unable to see it. All the Vedic hymns, Gayatri, and others are in touch of your skin. In your bodily hair is the kusha grass, in your eyes is the clarified butter, and in your four legs are the four kinds of fruitive activities. O Lord, your tongue is the plate of sacrifice. Your nostril is another plate of sacrifice. In your belly is the eating plate of sacrifice, and another plate of sacrifice is the holes of your ears. In your mouth is the Brahma plate of sacrifice. Your throat is the plate of sacrifice known as Soma. And whatever you chew is known as Dvadashi. The repetition of your appearance is the desire for all kinds of initiation. Your neck is the place of three desires. Your tusks are the result of initiation and the end of all desires. Your tongue is the which at the start, and your limbs are the Soma Yajna. Your growth is the ritualistic performance of the morning. Your skin is the days. Therefore, you are the object of all sacrifices called Soma and Asoma, and you are bound by yajnas only. O Lord, you are the supreme personality of Godhead and are worshipable by universal prayers, Vedic hymns, and sacrificial ingredients. We offer our obeisances unto you. You can be realized by the pure mind, freed from all visible and invisible mental condemnation. We offer our respectful obeisance before this. O lifter of the earth, the earth with its mountains, which you have lifted with your tusks, is situated as a valley without limit, without bounds, sustained by an infuriated elephant just coming out of the water. As the peaks of great mountains become beautiful decorated with clouds, your transcendental light is on the edge of your tusks. O Lord, for the residential purposes of all inhabitants, both moving and non-moving, this earth is your wife, and you are the supreme father. We offer our obeisances unto you, your own potency, that is the just as an expert sacrificer puts fire in the arani wood. Who else but you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, could deliver the earth from wherever it is so wonderfully in this universe? O Supreme Lord, planets, the Jana, Tapas, and Satyalokas. But still, we have been purified by the drops of water sprinkled from your shoulder hairs by the shaking of your body. O Lord, there is no limit to your wonderful activities. Anyone who desires to know the limit of your activities is certainly nonsensical. Everyone in this world is conditioned by the powerful mystic potencies. Please bestow your causeless mercy upon these conditioned souls. Yeah, so in this manner, the personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, the maintainer of all living entities, raised the earth from within the water, and having placed it afloat on the water, he returned to his abode. We will come to this last verses 48 to 50 later, which is the Falastuti. Or actually, we can even say that now and then cover the next part. So here is saying that if one hears and describes in a devotional service attitude this auspicious narration of Lord Bore, which is worthy of description, the Lord who is within the heart of everyone is very pleased. So this is the way how we can please the Lord by remembering, by recollecting, by um, what do you call? By actively what do you call relishing and nourishing our mind, our senses by the katha uh, of the Lord. One can be one can be successful. Why? Because the Lord says that He is pleased. Nothing remains unachieved when the Supreme Personality of God is pleased with someone. By transcendental achievement, one understands everything else to be insignificant. One who engages in transcendental loving service is elevated to the highest perfectional stage by the Lord Himself, who is seated in everyone's heart. So, this is the best thing we can do to ourselves by engaging in Harikatha. And now comes the last, yeah, which is sarcastically uh, telling what is the condition of a person who doesn't do. Who other than one who is not a human being can exist in this world and not be interested in the ultimate this means that if no whatever what he may be considered as a no, not a human and can exist in this world and not be interested in ultimate goal of life. Who can reach the of narrations so when our goal is to get rid of all this suffering and leave and go beyond this birth and death, yeah, that is possible only by hearing, by engaging in the service of the Lord. Here it says, this is very, I like this part. There are many books of stories and histories in the world. Vibhu, mute kal. Other things are very nice, only entertainment. Huh? Mm, yeah, I think purpose of working, yeah, this work is mainly driven by mode of passion. So what is happening from Monday to Friday? Monday to Friday, we are mm, giving a lot of passion into what we are doing so that we can earn. We can earn our livelihood. After all, we are grihasthas. We need to take care of our family members, and family needs, and society, and all these things by paying taxes and all those things. So we are too much busy from Monday to Friday. But what is happening is whenever we are getting time or whenever we are making time, there are two reasons.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, we could not hear Prabhuji.
You want to say something?
Yeah, it's breaking, Prabhuji. You started, it's not.
Is it
In,
still breaking?
it's better now.
Sometimes it will stutter, actually.
For us, Prabhuji, every 2-3 minutes it's going out of.
I've changed my network. I hope this gets better now. Is it better now to continue?
And now it's better.
Oh, it's better. Okay. Until what part you were able to hear clearly?
Mm.
Monday to Friday topic was audible.
A bit, Prabhuji. Monday to Friday, little only, but it was broken. From 50,
Okay.
yeah, maybe you can explain this again.
Okay. Yeah.
This.
So we are reading about that only an animal or a man who is almost an animal in behavior can refuse to take interest in hearing transcendental message of the Lord. So then there is also mention here, there are many books of stories and histories in the world, but except for the histories or narrations on the topic of the personhood of Godhead, none are capable of diminishing the burden of material pangs. So taking cue from there, what I was mentioning is our life is so busy that from Monday to Friday we are working, Saturday, Sunday we are working. Then is there any other day? There is no other day. A week has only 7 days, Monday to Sunday, and uh, uh, there is this effort, whatever endeavor we are doing, uh, when it is based mainly on the mode of passion, because this passion is creating us desires, this passion is creating us the thoughts, ideas, strategies, plans, management, and all those things are coming from this mode of passion through which we want to achieve our dreams. Yeah. So after all, when one is giving so much passion, what is happening? It is something like a car, and the car um, is stationary, it's not moving. But then you started the car, you gave acceleration and put the gear, and then now you are going. When the car starts to go out of the inertia, it takes a lot of fuel. And in this process of taking fuel, it's a lot of stress to the engine. So then what we want to do is we want to change gears. And why do we change gears? So that the car uses less fuel, car life is longer, and the ride is enjoyable, pleasant. In that way, what happens is now and then no one wants to drive only in gear one. It is as soon as we have achieved the goal, we want to move on to a smoother gear. This is what happens in the mode of passion. We don't want to be, we cannot stay in mode of passion for very long time because it's very exhaustive. So what we want to do is we want to go into a mode of something that gives us free, that makes us relax, that makes us happy, because after all it's just like a gym. We have done fitness stretches and all those things, and now we want to benefit from uh, not doing it, thinking that itself is pleasure. So what happens? There are two ways. One way is to engage in the mode of ignorance, and then there is another way of engaging in mode of goodness. In the mode of ignorance, what is happening is people who have struggled day in day out, what they are looking is they are looking for some nice um, entertainment. Yeah, whether it could be like these things which I mentioned here, which are capable of diminishing, giving relaxations to know about stories, about histories by watching movies or by um, taking shelter of bars, what is it called, bars and pubs and alcohol, intoxication, gambling, and all these things which are in the mode of ignorance. At least from the Shastrical point of view, it is very well nicely proved from Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah, and especially when Parikshit Maharaj said Kali to leave, he asked places and to where he can still stay, because in Kali Yuga, Kali cannot leave. It is his place, his house. So he wanted at least some space where he can stay. And then Parikshit Maharaj has given this. Yeah. So anyway, these places which are not in the mode of goodness, people who are struggling, they want to forget, they want to get lethargic, they want to get um, yeah, we see sometimes how the labor community, of course, we those were the days when we were talking about labor community who were drinking alcohol are considered uh, mm, how foolish it is. But we see the higher community, who are in aristocratic, who are well settled, who are what do you call nowadays middle upper class people. Yeah, they also have a small what is it called? I don't know, tiny bar in their own house where they feel great pride of it, that they can simply uh, get a bottle from their own home. They don't have to go to a pub. Yeah, they can invite their own friends, sit with a glass of whatever, yeah, and and forget what all the pains they went through, what all kicks they got from their managers, what all setbacks they faced in their own career aspirations. All those things, to forget them, they'll have their own bar. They don't have to go anywhere. In lockdown, it's more practical anyway. So, in this mode of ignorance, so many things are done after these hard-earned money from the mode of passion, and then comes there is other alternative. People who are frustrated, people who are intelligent, people who know that this is not life. Why? Because they are positioned in mode of goodness. What they do, what they do is they don't waste money. They don't waste in all this. They don't waste time in all these things. What they do rather is they look for healthier engagements. And what is that? The best thing is Hari Katha, chanting the holy name of the Lord, chanting the glories of the Lord, hearing to the appearance and transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Why? Because that is the solution. That is the only solution. None have the capability of diminishing the burden of material pangs. Therefore, one who is serious about eliminating material existence must chant and hear of the transcendental activities of the personality of Godhead. Otherwise, one must be compared to the non-humans. Huh? I don't know. What is this verse called? Ahara nidra bhayamaytunancha. I forgot now. Yeah, it's a very common verse that we use. Ahara nidra bhaya maithunam. Ahara is eating food. Huh? Yeah, animals eat, we eat. Ahara nidra. Yeah, we sleep. Their animals sleep. Ahara nidra bhayam. Bhayam. Animals defend themselves or protect themselves. We are also protecting. Maithunam. Yeah, animals are also having offsprings. We are also having offsprings. Uh, Etat Pashubi Naranam. Yeah, so these are similar in Pashus and Naras or humans. But only one thing that is making one difference, that really, if we are just doing these four things, there is no difference between animals and humans. The only thing one that is differentiating is Athat Brahma Jigyasa. Ahara Nidra Bhaya Maitunam Cha Etat Pashubi Naranam Dharmo Visesho Adhiko Visesho Dharmena Hinaha Pashubir Samanaha. So when we do not have this inquisitiveness to understand that what is all this? Why I'm suffering? Because after all, I can have a perception of suffering. Sometimes people, when we ask them, "No, I don't have any problems." How foolishly one is living that he is not even able to sense he is suffering. They think, ah, everything is, yeah, this is reality of the world. It should be like that. Let me, yeah, but why should be? Is there no alternative at all? Yeah, we say, hey, what is that? Sukha, dukkha, uh, all these things are part of given. There is no other world. Everything is here. Charvak Siddhanta. Everything is here. You enjoy here. You suffer here. Everything, hell or heaven, everything is here. So many philosophies are there to justify our compromising way of living, which is just like an animalistic way of living. We don't have to compromise. We can achieve the perfect, higher, topmost. That is only possible in human life. And how can it be achieved? Only by this process. Anyway, so we only heard half of the story. I don't know if others have still some time that we can go through the remaining part. Hare Krishna. With
Yes,
the
Prabhuji.
feedback, you can proceed.
Yes, Prabhuji. I think from our side it's okay. You can.
Yeah, we only saw how Mother Earth is protected. This is, I mean, this small pastime. Yeah, it is not like Lord Ramachandra who was for so many years on the earth and was ruling and Vibhav. So sorry. Um, we don't see that just like in case of Lord Ramachandra who was on the earth, who has done leelas for many years, and Lord Krishna. So all these things gives us good ample information when we come to Varaha Swami appearance, yeah, and his leela, though it is a very short time. uh, but gives so many lessons. Yeah, we just picked only a fraction of those lessons in last minutes. And one thing definitely is that um, until now what we have so far covered, yeah, the situation of people who creates who create things. Yeah, we can understand what is the situation that, like in case of Lord Brahma, he created but he lost control. In our life we create so many things, we lose control. But what Lord Brahma did is what we should do. When Lord Brahma saw that, oh, it's out of control, it's not my capacity, he directed himself and addressed, uh, let's go and seek the Supreme Lord's direction, how to handle it. Hmm? We may have, I mean, it's not that we should not use our intelligence. Our intelligence is to execute the plan of the Lord, not to create our plan and ask Lord to execute. Hmm? So this is very nice thing, right? But I'm just telling only one, where we have also discussed so many other nice things that we can see. Yeah, here we see that also the Lord appeared to save his devotee. He saved Lord Brahma. Not only that, he saved Mother Earth. Yeah, it is the condition of the Mother Earth was very pathetic. Why? Because the demon rule is uh, is a burden on Mother Earth. So the Lord came to protect. And then yeah, anyway, so then we come to the next part, because here we just said, okay, Lord appeared and then he saved Earth and then he killed Hiranyaksha. Yeah. So there is a very dramatic battle between Hiranyaksha and uh, uh, Lord Varaha Swami. That's what we will read now and go through that to understand that One side Hiranyaksha was very happy because after all he got his opponent to satisfy his craving for fighting. But at the same time, he saw that the all-powerful Lord. Uh, he saw this Lord. He was holding this earth on the ends of his tusks and robbing. mm, he brought when Varahaswami he went into the Garbhodaka ocean. He brought back the earth. Yeah, who was holding this earth on his tusks. No, then. Hiranyaksha was laughing. Yeah, he was thinking, okay, I think, where is that? Ah, the demon. Oh, an amphibious beast. So for him, he's not realizing that this form of the Lord, he doesn't know. And for him, first of all, they are atheistic. They don't believe in God. uh, and even though they thought, okay, Vishnu is there, when they want to find him, they could not see. When they cannot see, they didn't accept it. This is our nature. The scientific approach is whatever we see, we believe. If we can't see, we don't believe. So, so they don't accept Vishnu being there. But they only say, hey, these people are foolish that they call some imaginary person, imaginary figure as Vishnu, but there is no one some like that, Vishnu. So the demon addressed the Lord. He said, dressed in the form of a boar, just hear me. This earth is entrusted to us. So this is our property. Uh, so Hiranyaksha is saying, this is my property. How can you take it away? Hmm? So he said, you have killed. No, sorry. This earth is entrusted inhabitants. You cannot take it from my presence and not be heard by me. So you have, if you don't, if you want it, you have to first win me. Otherwise, no. And then he even goes next extent. You rascal, you have been nourished by our enemies to kill us. So here he's saying that after all your strength, whatever is coming from whom? It is coming from our enemies. Who are they? Devotees. You have killed some demons by remaining invisible. Oh fool, your power is only mystic. So today I shall uh, enliven my kinsmen by killing you. The fighting spirit of Hiranyaksha. He said, when you fall dead with your skull smashed by the mace hurled by my arms, hmm, the demigods and sages who offer you oblations and sacrifice in the devotional service will automatically cease to exist, like trees without roots. In this connection, there is nice purport. Yeah. Demons are very much disturbed when devotees worship the Lord in prescribed ways. Why? Because when the devotees are worshipping the Lord will appear for protection. Uh, the Vedic scriptures, the neophyte devotees are advised to engage in 9 kinds of devotional service, such as to hear and chant the holy name of God, to remember Him always, to chant on the beats Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, to worship the Lord in the form of His deity incarnation in temples, and to engage in various activities of Krishna consciousness. Uh, Demons do not like such activity. Why? Because when everything is God conscious, then there is peace. When there is peace, they cannot exploit. Uh, they're always envious of God and his devotees. Their propaganda, not to worship in the temple or church, but simply to make material advancement for satisfaction of senses, is always current. So if people are going into temple, if people are behaving good, no, how can they exploit? There is no possibility. So that's why they don't like it. So here that's why the example given is an uprooted tree mentioned here. Uh, Devotees accept God is the root of everything. Now Hiranyaksha is saying, I will kill you, which means when the root is not there, the tree will fall down. Hmm? According to Sridhar Swami, this verse means that when the demon would be deprived of his mace by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not only the neophyte devotees, but also the ancient sages, devotees of the Lord, will be very much satisfied. So, in that way, mm, um, here there is this verse, and Oh, we are already past this. So that is very nice. Whatever here, all the blaspheming words that uh, Hiranyaksha used mm, are very nice. Why? Because these were actually glorifying the Lord. Because this is one more lesson we can learn. No one can taint the name and fame of the Lord. No one can touch the greatness of the Lord. No one can influence anything. Why? Because we see that here in this verse there is rasa okasam. No, there is, yeah, here anyway we go word by word. Although the demon wanted to deride the personality of Godhead in the form of a boar, actually he worshipped him in several words. And the example given is Vanagochara, which means one who is a resident of forest. But another meaning of Vanagochara is one who lies in the water, which is Vishnu. Vishnu lies in on the water. The demon also addressed him as Mriga, indicating unintentionally that the Supreme Personality is sought after great sages, saintly persons, and transcendentalists. Mriga is not just animal. He was thinking Mriga as a beast, but Mriga also means one who is being sought out by great sages. Just like animals are sought by hunters to kill and eat. Yeah. But Mriga also means that Supreme Personality is sought out after by great sages, saintly persons, and transcendentalists to relish. He also addressed Agnya. Agnya means Jna means knowledge, and there is no knowledge which is unknown to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Indirectly, therefore, demon said that Vishnu knows everything. The demon addressed him as Suradhama. Sura means demigod, and Adama means the lord of all there is, so he is lord of all demigods. Therefore, he is the best of all the demigods. Huh? When the demon used the phrase "in my presence," it means that in spite I am there, how can you do this? You are completely able to take away the earth. Nasvasti yasyasi. Unless you kindly take this earth from our custody, there can be no good fortune for us. So indirectly, what Hiranyaksha is saying is, unless you take control of earth, there will not be dharma restored. So he is saying, in one way, whatever he thought is, how can you take away? That itself means also that, please take away, otherwise there is no good fortune. This is the understanding. Then there is the next verse also. The demon used the word abhavaya, which means for killing. Sridhar Swami comments that this killing means liberating, or in other words, killing the process of continued birth and death. Yeah, we know that killing means bringing end to something. Yeah, we think kill an animal means a live animal is killed so that it's dead. Similarly, killing means liberation so that this whole cycle of birth and death, which is going on and on and on, alive since many, many millions of years, will come to an end in the form of liberating from that. The Lord kills the process of birth and death and keeps himself invisible. And then, Sucha means miseries. The miseries of material existence can be extinguished by the Lord, huh, by his internal potency, Yoga Maya. Not only are demons always anxious to kill God with words and philosophy, but they think that if this is one more they think that if one is materially powerful, he can kill God with materially fatal weapons. Demons like Kamsa, Ravana, and Hiranyakashipu thought themselves powerful enough to kill even God. Hmm. And then in this, there is one verse I don't know, but anyway. So this is what the fighting spirit of Hiranyaksha, that is with which he was just challenging the Lord. Hmm. The demon who had golden hair on his. This is description. Hmm. Then then there is this 10th verse. The Lord said, uh, He's saying, indeed, we are creatures of the jungle and we are searching after hunting dogs like you. One who is freed from the entanglement of death has no fear from the loose talk in which you are indulging, for you are bound up by the laws of death. So Lord is saying that I don't have fear because I have no, I mean, I'm deathless. Huh? But it is people like you who are fool and loose in talk, indulge in that, are affected by the laws of death. Um, anyway, there is a nice slide description about how the duel between Hiranyaksha and Varaha Swami took place. Uh, and then I don't know. I think maybe I have missed one, which mentions that Brahma and everyone is excited to see what is happening because this fight was very terrible fight for the sake of the world between the demon and the Lord, who appeared in the form of boar. Hmm? And when this was happening, Lord Brahma, he is saying, yes, my dear Lord, there is no need to play with this serpentine demon. Lord Brahma, being a devotee of the Lord, he was very well know that Lord can simply end this whole thing, but he's just entertaining this demon, uh, who is always very skilled in conjuring tricks and is arrogant, self-sufficient, and most wicked. Uh, you are infallible. Please kill this sinful demon before the demonic hours arrive, and he presents another formidable approach favorable to him. You can kill him by your internal potency without doubt. Hmm? And now the auspicious time came, Abhijit, which is most opportune for victory. Commenced at midday and has all but passed. Therefore, in the interest of your friends, for whom you are having great heart for, please dispose of this formidable foe quickly. This demon, luckily for us, has come of his own accord to you. Otherwise, it's not possible for us to um, handle him. It is only you, and he has come to you. So kill him. So this is what Lord Brahma is telling. This is what Lord Brahma is telling, that please end up this whole thing. Yeah, it's so nice that he himself has come. And anyway, then Varahadev, finding a nice moment, he hits with his hand, and then with one strong blow, yeah, and then Hiranyaksha falls flat. I think that is described in the next chapter. But yeah, I'm just want to kind of conclude this session. 19 killing of Hiranyaksha. Yeah, killing of. The Lord then said, "Take up your weapon." Oh, no, all this is description how the war went. The Lord, personal angel of all things, now discharge his beloved Sudarshan. Now this is also description. Okay, so when gratefuls, no, the personality of God delivered the king. Uh, okay. After killing the most formidable demon, Hiranyaksha, the supreme Lord Hari, the origin of the boar species, returned to his own abode, where there is always an uninterrupted festival. This is what we want to. So if we want to have always celebration, utsav, then we should go there. The Lord was praised by all the demigods, headed by Brahma. My dear Vidura, I have explained to you the personality of Godhead's coming down as the first boar incarnation and killing Hiranyaksha, right? This has been narrated by me as I heard it from my predecessor, spiritual master, in this connection. Yeah, so it is, yeah, whatever we have heard now, it is not from just a movie or not from just a novel or a fantasy, but it has been coming through parampara. Here, the sage Maitreya admits that he explained the incident of killing of Hiranyaksha by the Supreme Person of Godhead as a straight narration. He did not manufacture anything or add interpretation, but explained whatever he had heard from his spiritual master. Thus, he accepted as bona fide the system of parampara, or receiving the transcendental message in disciplic succession. Unless received by this bona fide process of hearing from a spiritual master, the statement of an acharya or preceptor cannot be valid. It is also stated here that although the demon Hiranyaksha was unlimited in prowess, he was just like a doll for the Lord. A child breaks so many dolls without real endeavor. Similarly, although a demon may be very powerful and extraordinary in the eyes of ordinary man, uh, killing such a demon is no difficulty. He can kill millions of demons as simply as a child plays with dolls and breaks them. That is the um, greatness. And Suta Goswami narration is going on. Here is saying, my dear Brahmana, the great devotee of Lord achieved transcendental bliss by hearing the narration of the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead from authoritative source of sage Kaushar, Kausharava, yeah, Maitreya, and he was pleased. And then here again follows the what to speak of hearing the pastimes of the Lord, whose chest is masked with Srivatsa. People may take transcendental pleasure even in hearing of the works and deeds of the devotees whose fame is immortal. So here is saying that mm, the the glories of the Lord, His pastimes are so beautiful. They are very very transcendental, powerful. Not only that, even the devotees, whatever they did, like Vidura, like Arjuna, yeah, like Prahalada, like Dhruva, when we are hearing those pastimes of the devotees, Ambarish Maharaj, uh, so that is also very, very powerful. Uh, and it says further, O Brahmanas, anyone who hears, chants, or takes pleasure in the wonderful narration of killing of Hiranyaksha demon by the Lord, who appeared as the firstborn in the form of in order to deliver the world, is at once relieved of the results of sinful activities, even the killing of a Brahmana. This most sacred narrative confers extraordinary merit, wealth, fame, longevity, and all the objects of one's desire. On the field of battle, it promotes the strength of one's vital organs and organs of action. One who listens to it at the last moment of his life is transferred to the supreme abode of the Lord. This is what is guaranteed. So this is the glories of Varaha Swami Leelas pastimes, and yeah, the lessons we can pick up. I have already mentioned a few. One thing which, as a neophyte devotees, we can we can take is about a balance. Yeah, neophyte devotees. Yeah, as a devotee, just we see here what happened to planet Earth. Planet Earth was imbalanced. Planet Earth was imbalanced, due to which it was pushed and it was submerged. And later, I didn't mention this point. After Lord has brought the Earth, what he does is he places the Earth on Garbhodaka ocean and glances it, gives it power so that it can float once again. Yeah. Anyway, that also is what we can understand here. That first of all, to maintain balance, it's very difficult. Uh, what kind of balance are we talking? We are not talking about balancing on our two legs. We are not talking about balancing on our what do you call day-to-day dealings. Yeah, we are talking about that balance is required to maintain Krishna consciousness. If we want to be devotees, we need to know how to balance. Uh, if we don't know, then there is a high risk that we fall in the trap and we get carried away in the material dealings. Uh, just like here, the earth got uh, imbalanced. So, but we want to float. We don't want to just get affected by all these things. So, what are the steps to be taken? Hmm. We have to be very careful to maintain our wholesome condition in spiritual life. It is that we only can help ourselves, at least. Yeah. So first of all, it is in our hand. We cannot always say, okay, I go to some and get blessings, and with blessings everything will work. No, even the blessings also needs our commitment. Just like Srila Prabhupada says that someone has taken diksha from a sadhu, and the sadhu, I think Prabhupada was mentioning about himself that his disciples always say, Prabhupada, please bless us, please bless us. Yes, yeah, because yeah, we want we want to free from all these things and go back to Godhead. Please bless us. And Srila Prabhupada is saying that yes, I have been blessing. Huh? It is something like there is a someone is stuck in a deep pit in a well, and then he's always praying, "Oh, protection, give me shelter, give me protection, give me shelter." Huh? And then what happened? Prabhupada is leaving a rope inside, and now this person he is praying, "Pope, please help me that my hands can hold this rope." And in that way, if he is only just praying, huh, it will not work. It is that he has to also endeavor from his side that he should hold the rope, then only someone can pull him out. Hmm? So how? So this is the reason we have to understand that we can help ourselves. If not we, yeah, then we only have to wait. Yeah. That causeless mercy that can come, that sweeps away in a general mass like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did, Nityananda Prabhu did, and gave blessings, mercy. But still to carry forward, it is we who have to balance. We have to make a disciplined life, regulated life. Krishna consciousness is about that. Getting up early in the morning. This is very. Prabhupada has prepared a very nice sandwich. What is the sandwich? Morning program, yeah, evening program, and in the middle, yeah, we can go for working, we can earn our livelihood, and of course engage in devotional activities in the evening, and yeah, in that way morning and evening are filled with hearing and chanting, and it between working for Krishna, in that way a perfect sandwich which can maintain a balance. We cannot become what do you call Haridas Thakurs, who chants so many times, 300,000 times every day. It's not practical. If we try to do that one day, next day we cannot do it. Yeah, we cannot imitate Haridas Thakur. That was on a spontaneous platform. We are on a neophyte devotees. We cannot exert artificially such a taste on for ourselves. Mm. So we should be very practical. Nor should we work like materialistic people. Uh, Always just keeping busy, doing here and there, spending money here and there, no time for hearing and chanting. So we cannot be here. We cannot be pure materialist, and we are not already pure spiritualist. Yeah, unfortunately, we are in the middle, and because we are in the middle, balance is very important, and that balance we can only bring through our own commitment, our own commitment. Without that commitment, yeah, so it's not possible. So, I mean, I strongly recommend to join this morning japa session. It's not like, okay, you need to hear my voice or I need to hear your voice, but it's kind of conditioning ourselves that, okay, mornings we can do japa. It's not a miracle. We can do japa, and we can even have a very qualitative japa. Yeah, in that way, join the mornings. Yeah, just what you have to do is just click that you are in. You don't have to uh, do much. Yeah, just keep doing your own japa as you do normally, but in the morning during this time, and then everything will fall in place nicely. And that's what we are saying, balance. Yeah, here what happened? The balance of earth got disturbed, and then the devotees prayed. And in that way, we also pray for others. We also pray for the upliftment of others. We also compassionate. We also have to be compassionate for the welfare of others to get into Krishna consciousness, to bring everyone. Yeah, why only we benefit? Yeah, why only we take that nice cake? Let's distribute. There is unlimited amount of cake available for everyone. So we should be, yeah, distributing and yeah, we help ourselves, we help others. Yeah. So in that way, we take advantage of this morning time, and chanting is basis. When we chant, then we can enter the um, into the yeah into the endeavors that we are making, whatever results we want. Yeah, that we can enjoy, we can share with others. Anyway, so we should and very important is also, it is not that we are just doing everything morning and evening very nicely and then later do whatever we want. We should avoid the bad association, because it is something like an elephant taking a bath and coming and throwing sand on its own body. Yeah, we don't call it as a, a cleaning process, right? Because if we are still engaging with non-devotees, if we are still in association of people who are very busy, yeah, who are very busy to expand their assets, what can happen is we also will have the same taste. We also always look comparing ourselves, or we are always getting ideas of how to become more rich or more materially happy, and due to which what happens is our our balance is lost to continue to practice Krishna consciousness. So in that way, we have to maintain balance, means we need the association of devotees. And here what happened, Lord Brahma, yeah, devotee, what he did, he prayed. Manu, what he did, he prayed. For whom? For earth, so that earth can be restored. And then when such prayers come, yeah, because all alone we cannot survive, because it's very difficult. We need the grace of the devotees. So then what happened? Hearing to the praise of the devotees, the Lord comes for protection. The Lord came and protected. Huh? So which means even if we fall down grossly or subtly, the Lord is very kind and He will pick up. Just like in this situation, the earth is submerged in the water, but Lord is merciful that He came to protect. Yeah? And in our case, who can protect us? It is the spiritual master, Guru. The role of Guru is that he is very keen. He is very keen to give us protection. Uh, so that's why we are not alone. Though it is we alone have to take a step. Yeah, that commitment is from us, but we are not alone, because there is always spiritual master who is there to come and pick up. The Lord is arranging. Uh, Even if by chance devotee falls down from the standard of pure Krishna consciousness, the spiritual master is there to help out. The Lord is arranging situations so that, yeah, yeah, one can be saved from that. Uh, so, so in that way, as long as we are sincerely trying to serve the Lord, yeah, as being Lord, He will pick up again and again and again. He has been doing that. He will be doing that. But we have to sincerely try to improve day on day. To improve, it's not like, okay, Lord is there. I just go to confession board and just tell, hey, I did this mistake, Lord save me, and again tomorrow if I do. No, we have to chant so that this interest of committing mistakes or crime is reduced. So in that way, we understand that the devotees association is very, very powerful. We don't try to float on our own efforts, because by our own intelligence we cannot do everything. But our intelligence, what we can do is we can choose in which environment we want to be, that we can be in the association of devotees, and through that we can elevate ourselves. So anyway, few thoughts, but I think I'll close here. Yeah, in that way, every minute detail, yeah, we can absorb and relish the greatness of the Lord appearance and what it means for us. Are there any comments, questions anyone want to share.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for this nice narration.
Audible.
Yeah, it's the heights of ignorance from the Hiranyaksh about the Lord. Yeah, that was quite funny. That what he spoke to the Lord. Yeah,
Yeah. Power can make that, because when you are given more facilities, more position, more name and fame, then we take it for granted that everything is mine. We do not understand everything is still the Lord's property, but we are only the caretakers of his property, which means in that position we can still accept as a servant of the Lord. Just like Sudhir Prabhu said, no? Even if you take a car, it will be only for the service of devotees, like that. Yeah. Anyone else?
Prabhuji, full class narration along with some spiritual motivation for us. Thank you so much. Opportunity to hear to Varahadev Katha, the appearance of Varahadev description. Thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah. I saw some new names before. I don't know. Was Neha Agarwal, Nandini?
Yeah, Nandini is my sister, Prabhuji. Nandini Mataji.
Okay. I mean, now she's not there, but
And Neha Mataji is from Berlin.
okay. Maybe they're not used to hearing so long.
Yes, they had to receive some guests, so yes, she went. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for nice narration. Prabhuji, I had a question about Hiranyaksh, that had he also did some tapasya like Hiranyakashipu, how he became so much powerful?
Yeah. He was also. Lord Brahma himself says that I have given boon. I think that comes in the 13th or 13th chapter. Benediction. No. Anyway, I'll find it, but it's Brahma who gave.
And Prabhuji, second question was Lord Brahma said that it's better to kill Hiranyaksh now in the daytime, and in the night time the power of the demoniac activities or it increases. So why did he say? Because for Lord it's doesn't matter for day or night. He's
Yeah,
saying.
for him, a devotee doesn't want to trouble the Lord, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So he was saying, why to take unnecessary? Why are you showing so much thing? Because he was also thinking, okay, by this, Lord is also undergoing unnecessary thing, and when he gets more power, then he creates more pain to the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
yeah. Thank you. I'm just trying to get into that. But anyway, it is Brahma who gives him the power. Victory of Hiranyaksha overall. Uh, benediction. See, Brahma Varena. Hmm?
Yes,
The
Prabhuji.
elder child Hiranyakashipu was unafraid of death from anyone within the three worlds because he received a benediction from Lord Brahma. He was proud and puffed up due to this. There is also about Hiranyaksha. Let me find that. Mm, Reveal Lord Brahma. Not in this one, but it is there. I'll just find, because, or it's even concluding where he was saying, okay, I gave it. since he attained a boon from me. In this chapter 18, verse number 23, it is mentioned. Yeah, and here there is description of Sura and Asura and all that. But here, as soon as the boon was awarded to him, the demon wanted to touch the very head of Lord. No, this is example of Bhasmasura. But yeah, so Lord Brahma, who has given it, is saying that, my dear Lord, this demon has proved to be constant pinprick. After this verse, he's saying to slay, to kill, don't give more time.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So, how do you want to spend the remaining day of this auspicious appearance of Lord Varaha Swami? Is one thing is to chant the name of the Lord. One thing, second thing is to hear his pastimes. Yeah, whatever I have read, just I gave just a glimpse of it. Maybe when you're reading all the chapters connected to it, it gives good absorption. Of course, on a Sunday, relaxing day, I can't ask more. Have a great time. If no questions, then thank you very much. वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. श्री लॉर्ड वराह द्वादशी की जय. अंदर श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.